a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rimes.
And yes, here we are again, another day committed to being your consumer advocate, making you more street smart here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, powered by the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams Realty. Got a great lineup for you today as well. Natacha Sanderson back in studio with us. We're going to talk about stage to sell Tampa Bay here in Tampa Bay. Short-term rentals, all types of different opportunities to stage homes. Also, we're going to talk with our mortgage expert contributor and more. Interesting stories in the news as well. Musk moving X and SpaceX to Texas. Find out about more of his reasonings behind that as well. I think a lot of us already know when you hear that moving from California to Texas as a business owner doesn't seem like too radical of a move. And also, we have our feel-good story of the day. Adrift for days in an inflatable tube, woman is rescued off the coast of Japan by passing sailors. We always like to tell you something good in our feel-good segment on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Quick shout-out to our friend Lee at Lee's Royal Services. He does a great job cleaning our real estate properties. A local handyman. He's a cleaning service. Does a great job. You can check him out online, leesroyalservices.com. Home and office cleaning, also handyman service, leesroyalservices.com. Make sure you let him know the real estate quarterback sent you. Take him up on those special offers and incentives just by mentioning that you're a fan of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, I want to let you know about a couple of our hot listings. As you know, my wife Lindsay and I own a top 100 ranked real estate team here in Tampa Bay, helping sellers sell faster for more money, maximizing the exposure and the profit on the sale of your real estate properties. 3101 Old Archer Road in Gainesville, Florida. Pre-construction luxury condos. We've got 92 units in Gainesville, starting in the low 400s up to the high 900s for the beautiful penthouses available. Now, you're just over a mile to the University of Florida, 5 minutes from Shands Medical, Butler Plaza. These are pre-construction condos that you can buy at 10% off retail with pre-construction pricing for a limited time. And a great opportunity to own real estate right here in Gainesville, Florida. As you know, the areas where you have influx of visitors, influx of students, they're going to be great rental income properties. So this is a great opportunity for you to own real estate in Gainesville, Florida. 221 Howard Drive, Bel Air. This is beautiful. Bel Air Beach, gorgeous waterfront beauty, $1 million listing from the Platinum MVP team. Over $3 million here. 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3,500 square foot, single family home, Bel Air Beach location. You have beautiful 3-island kitchen with Thermador appliances, saltwater pool, 100 feet of water frontage on deep water access. Bring your boat, bring your jet skis, and this is a gorgeous property. Also, this historic Howard Drive area boasts one of the highest land elevations in the area in Tampa Bay, 1 block from the beach. 221 Howard Drive, Bel Air Beach, Florida. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, we got Natacha Sanderson back in studio, a wealth of information, all things home staging, and Stage to Sell Tampa Bay is the company. How are things going?
Great. Thanks for having us again.
Oh, absolutely. My pleasure. Look forward to and thanks for bringing in. You have special guests with you, Matt Schwope. He is marketing director with Stage to Sell. Tell us a bit more about yourself, sir.
Thanks. I appreciate the hospitality here today, Brandon. I'm Matt Schwope. I'm the marketing director for Stage to Sell Tampa Bay. I do a lot of market research for some of our clients, some of the real estate agents, Airbnb, research in general. So when you're trying to amass a portfolio, I can do market research so you're not staging with oversaturating amenities. You know, if you can't be the fifth person with the same toy, right? You want to be the first person with a cool toy.
I like that.
So it's kind of the market research I do. I put it together in a nice package, easy to consume, and kind of gives you a competitive advantage in a specific marketplace.
I like that. So you what's the number one thing you're looking for when you say market data, market research? What are you looking for primarily?
I'm looking for data that you don't have.
Got it.
I'm looking for something that is very specific. You know, what type of guests are you trying to attract to your Airbnb? Are you looking to bring in families? Are you looking to bring in people that are trying to enjoy the beach? You know, what are you trying to do? Maybe some 2 bedrooms because you're looking for couples that are just trying to enjoy all that St. Pete Beach and Bel Air has to offer, right? Mm-hmm. Or Gainesville, going to see a Gators game. Those are different markets. Those are different people that are going to rent and looking for different amenities.
Sure.
So I want to make sure we're putting in the right amenities that attract the best guests, that get you to the top listing, and really bring in the business so you can charge top dollar and get that margin.
Right. Now, Natacha, we have some B-roll footage that we sent over to producer Alex, and this is gorgeous. Check out some of this B-roll footage, we call it. So if you're watching our TV show version, you can see this. If you're on radio, you definitely want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Rumble channel, so you can see some of the really cool amenities. Can you walk us through what we're looking at here?
Oh, yeah. So these are incredible properties that just came online through Airbnb and some of the other hosting sites. And we just try to really kind of throw out all the amenities for you. So this is exactly what I do with Matt. I call him up and I say, hey, we got this listing in Largo coming on. Can you tell me how many properties in a half-a-mile radius have a pickleball court? How many of them have a volleyball court? And those are the things that we're going to try to focus on, trying to just get something different than the typical pool table or the foosball, air hockey, whatever. So, a couple of these that you're seeing have a pickleball court, basketball court, tennis court, putt-putt, bowling, shuffleboard. The amenities are endless.
Fire
and so,
pit.
So
awesome.
you can do a little bit of everything, including the pool, the hot tub, just a lot of fun.
It's eye candy. It's really is.
It's not just that, though. I mean, look at the color choices and stuff and everything. Like, it really pops. Like, legit. So I took my my daughter to Legoland, the resort. We stayed at the resort there. And this reminds me of something like that. Like, this is a resort, like, in your face, like, pops. And, like, something that you're going to talk about. Oh, my God, you're going to take pictures.
Well,
and
this is the stop the scroll mentality that we talk about all the time.
Sure.
So this particular company is one that we partner with. They're called STR Cribs. They're a national company. And they do a lot of the designing, and then we do the installing for them. But this is exactly what Matt does, is he does the research end of it so that we don't have overly saturated homes in the area with, 10 pickleball courts within a half-a-mile radius.
Sure.
Like, we need to stand out when, like, let's say Largo has a 2-mile radius for Airbnb rentals that allow less than 7 days, because there's lots of regulations in the area, and things are constantly changing.
How long did those take to set up like that? Because that's great effort put in there.
Okay, so a lot of that is done through the construction teams, and then we come in and my team can come in and do this in 3 to 5 days.
Wow.
We can do the full thing.
One of the things that really catches my eyes when you look at, because I've got a lot of investor friends. We've had, you remember Alex, you remember Anil when he came on the show. He's got there's specific websites out there that you can plug the numbers in. You can basically plug the address and it'll probably tell you. And Matt, you probably are thinking, I know that site exactly. And then you can work backwards. You can say, hey, here's what I can afford to pay for this property. Here's my expected rents. You can kind of run pro formas based, and then when you add those types of cool features on, now you're just boosting your occupancy rate. You're boosting your numbers tremendously.
Yeah, that's guaranteed to rent those properties for sure.
Oh, they stay rented. Yeah, once
no
they
doubt.
go live, they stay rented, and that's one thing that Matt is really good at. He's like, if you add this, this, and this, you're going to get this much more back. So.
Yeah, I wanted to get your opinion on that.
I've been downvoted every family vacation because I'll find a place that's 2 blocks closer to what I want to do, right? Oh. And then the family sees these pictures and they're like, but this one has pickleball, and this one has this and this. And you're like, and every time I lose to a photo. And I'm
there
like, over 50, over 100 versus a photo. So,
that's cool.
These things really do have a grand impact, especially when families making a decision on where you're going to go on a vacation, where you're going to take a trip. They speak volumes. People like to share the excitement with their other friends and family, right? And take a good photo, and they're not excited about the 1 block closer, right? You want to have a blast at home base.
Well, this is why staging is important, because it's not only the design side, it's the staging side of it, because we do everything from the angle of the photo.
Yeah. So if you just joined us, by the way, we're talking with Natacha Sanderson and Matt Schwope in the house. We're talking about staging. Stage 2 Sell Tampa Bay is the company, and she is our expert contributor for all things home staging, of course. And when you think about the show, we want you to think about our show as the hub of your financial, your real estate, your business wheel. Each one of those spokes extending out from the center hub, representing another one of our expert contributors, attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, so many great expert contributors. So save our hotline number. We'd love to connect with you, be that super connector for you as well. It really makes our day when we get these calls. Both Alex and I get calls or texts and emails on social, and we really appreciate the feedback from the audience, and especially engaging and spending your hard-earned dollar with our local area business owners, expert contributors. 727-263-3707. You can call or text that hotline anytime, off-air questions, comments, 727-263-3707, online at consumerqb.com. Natacha, talk a little bit also about who is your ideal client? Because I know you're working a lot of times with homeowners that buy these Airbnbs. You're working with realtors as well. What's your word on that?
The ideal client is whoever's wanting to spend money, who has a creative thought or allows me to use my creativity and doesn't really have a say. That's my favorite client.
Yeah, and then you come in and you're able to help optimize and maximize the investment for that investor. Now, that site I was talking about, Matt, there's a certain site that you can plug numbers in, right?
Yeah, there's quite a few. I use some of that, and I also, I get excited about scraping the internet, using some Python, a lot of boring computer words to just gather everything all in once and parse all that data and really provide the people we work with insights that they wouldn't give from, say, a website everyone has access to. Right. That's Natacha and Stage of Sell's competitive advantage, is getting you more information that nobody else has. And I would say, Natacha undersells it a little bit. She creates like this emotional connection when she puts these designs into things. She puts these whimsical things that just photograph well that I would never be able to do, right? I like to play on the keyboard and build data sheets, right? and putting a brightly colored pickleball court would have never occurred to me in a million years. Yeah. But those are the things, those emotional connections, that's what the guest has as well. Right. And then when they're sharing on their socials, having a blast over here in Bel Air, having a blast in Gainesville, I'm at the Florida game, and they got all those photo ops, that's what has them renting and getting high reviews, because it's not only about getting them in the house, but it's getting that positive feedback afterwards that really feeds the beast and keeps the snowball rolling. Yeah,
the online, the Instagram posts, all of that's going to come into play, the
reviews.
Yeah,
and you know what? Speaking on that, I would love the opportunity to do an Airbnb over in one of your Gainesville condos.
Yeah, that'd be so cool,
man. Let's pre-sale one of those pre-construction. Let's get the design going, and let's get it sold out all year long.
Let's get you with Lindsay, too, and get in front of our team, the Platinum MVP team, at one of our next meetings as well, team meetings. That way we can start moving these conversations forward. Interesting story, too. I want to touch on this as well. Elon Musk, he's, of course, a billionaire, and he owns X now, Twitter, formerly Twitter, SpaceX. He's moving to Texas, so it's an interesting move here. Elon Musk said he's moving his headquarters of SpaceX and X from Texas to Texas from California, citing new state law and other policies he disagrees with, according to the Wall Street Journal. They're going to relocate. He's also going to relocate the social media platform to Austin from San Francisco, while rocket company SpaceX will transfer Starbase to near Brownsville, Texas, from LA. But yeah, Alex, and we've talked about this before. If you look at one of the worst run states in the country, and we've seen it. We look at trends, we look at stats as well, and we look at trends where, the number one state where people were moving to was Florida. We call it inbound migration, and the dead last number 50 in the nation was California last year. You can't get a U-Haul coming out of California anymore. They're all gone. They're all in Texas or Idaho or Tennessee and Florida. But yeah, no state income tax. But I think it's also more of the social climate there as well, and just some of the radical policies as well.
Yeah, it just depends on where you stand on things, man. Like me personally, the way I believe, the way I live and do stuff, like I see no logical reason to want to be in California. Sure. It's the cost of living, the environment that's there now. It's it's turned to the trash. To be honest with you. The things they're teaching, their indoctrination in schools, the laws they're passing, like it's just not for me. If that's your vibe, okay, well then, go ahead and you guys go there. But then, leave Florida to us.
Yeah, that's right. So when you look at that, I mean, you see the trend, you see the migration, and that leads me to, back to the real estate. You can take that back to real estate in Florida. When you look at, hey, people, sometimes there's these doomsday people talking about, oh, the market's about to collapse in Florida. It's not what it was. Well, right. Yeah, but it's not anything near what the doomsday sayers are going to say. You still have people moving here. Yes, it's slowed down from when we had this China virus come in. You have all these crime up north. People were moving in record numbers when rates were super low. Now that rates have normalized, it somewhat normalized as well, and it's coming into a healthy, balanced market. It's more of a balanced market now.
Yeah.
Is that what you're seeing and talking to people?
Yeah, I am seeing that. I'm seeing a very healthy market, but I'm also seeing a lot of. We've seen a lot of the flippers come in from other states that just don't do a great job. So we got a lot of the quote unquote lipstick on a pig going on.
Oh yeah.
Where the construction is just not right. They're not passing 4-point inspections. They can't get homeowners insurance. There's a lot of issues that I see.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I see people getting ripped off. That's another reason why we started this show 11 years ago, is to help stop that, help to bring light to these scammer types of people. I had another client just a couple weeks ago. I can't remember if it was a client or somebody I talked to, but it was a situation where they had the buyer. Yeah, it was a former client that said, he had a wholesaler come in and say, yeah, you're good to go. We're going to buy this thing, 45 days. Yeah, we'll have it done. He goes and buys a new home. So now he's really under the gun because, of course, that person backed out, lied, over promised, under delivered, as they always typically will do, and essentially left the homeowner hanging. And what they do is they check that box that says assignable. They try to flip the contract. They want to sell that contract just to make 10, 15, 20 grand spread from contract A to contract B, and they leave the homeowner hanging. So I see it too many times out there, folks. I got another one of my clients talking to one of those guys right now, and he sends over a contract that it's a non-state approved. Why not use the state approved by the FAR bar,
right.
the as-is residential? It's already state approved. It's approved for realtors and by the attorneys. But no, these guys come in with their own special forms, and of course, you're getting set up. So we're going to help you avoid a lot of those commission-based advice, help you avoid a lot of those scams, and really some hard times when you put double mortgages out there now, your family's stressed out, your blood pressure's through the roof. So we're trying to save you from that, folks. So reach out to the show, consumerqb.com. And we've got to take a quick break here. But when we come back, more with Natacha Sanderson, Stage to Sell Tampa Bay. We've got Matt in studio with us today as well. Coming up as well, feel-good story of the day, really cool story. We have a family, a lady that was adrift for days in an inflatable tube that is rescued off the coast of Japan. Coming up here, feel-good story on the Consumer Quarterback Show, consumerqb.com.
This is Work Done, and you're listening to the Real Estate Quarterback Show hosted by my man, Brandon Rimes.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 727-263-3707. Online at consumerqb.com.
Dennis Prager here for Brandon and Lindsay Rimes, owners of the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Buying, selling, investing in real estate, their nationwide Keller Williams network makes them the best team to work with. Sellers, have your property featured live on air, creating multiple offers. Buyers, leverage a unique system that gets your offer accepted, never overlooked. Call or text 813-750-0550, 813-750-0550, or consumerqb.com.
Lindsay Rimes here with Archer Place in Gainesville, Florida. Our luxury condo community is located only 1.5 miles from the University of Florida, 5 minutes to Shands Medical and Butler Plaza. Our buyers love the high-end luxury amenities in their building, including a state-of-the-art fitness facility equipped with Pelotons, the resort-style temperature-controlled pool accompanied with cabanas and grills, and the gourmet chef's kitchen in our clubhouse that overlooks the pool. We have pre-construction pricing only for a limited time, with floor plans ranging from a 1-bedroom, 1-bath to 2-floor penthouses with plunge pools. Starting in the low 400,000s to the high 900s, investors, parents sending their young adults off to school, medical professionals, business owners, and entrepreneurs alike are investing in these residences. Reach out to us today at 727-263-3707 to get more information.
You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
Hey, we're back. Brandon Rimes here, Consumer Quarterback Show, in studio with Natacha Sanderson, Stage to Sell Tampa Bay. Also, Matt Schwope as well, Marketing Director, as on the program. A couple of hot listings here. Rudder Way here in Newport Richey. Beautiful property. Great opportunity here to buy vacant land, build, develop. Try that entrepreneurial side of your developments. Investment opportunity here at 10.12 acres of vacant land. Now it's zoned R12, so you have to look up the zoning and understand what that fully means. Now you have approximately 3.9 acres of uplands, so meaning there's a considerable amount of wetlands here. So you want to make sure you get your surveys done. If not provided by the buyers, you want to have your surveys done, your wetland delineations done. You want to contact the county, see what you can put on this property. But Rudder Way, Newport Richey, great opportunity to own real estate right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Great opportunity. Direct Gulf water access with an existing dock. And it's a 0.12 acre MOL access lot as well on Rudder Way. So you have access to the property there as well. That's important. 6101 Bayside, staying in the same area here. This is Newport Richey area, 6101 Bayside. Gulf Harbors, 5 bedrooms, 3 bath, 3852 square feet, single family home, gorgeous waterfront property, 1/4 acre lot with lush palm trees. You have hurricane grade windows, beautiful boat dock. Bring your boats, your jet skis, and enjoy the Florida lifestyle to the fullest here at this beautifully remodeled home. 6101 Bayside Drive, Newport Richey, Florida. Doing a price improvement on that one here as well. And you can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. And a quick shout out to Brio Tuscan Grill, the official restaurant partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Brio Tuscan Grill, restaurant partner, International Plaza Mall, excellent food, wonderful ambiance, very friendly wait staff as well. Happy hours Monday through Friday. Brio Tuscan Grill, International Plaza Mall. Make sure you let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. All right, Natacha Sanderson in studio with us, Stage to Sell Tampa Bay. What else do we need to know? What else are you thinking currently? Any topical thoughts come to mind about staging in Tampa Bay in the real estate market?
Oh goodness, Matt, you wanna say something?
I do. You know, the first thing I think I'd want to stage a house with if I had that Gainesville property we keep looking at is maybe a new national title. We'll put it on the wall, another picture. You know, we've had quite a lineage there. We've got Tommy Shannon. We've had Steve Spurrier.
I like it.
Werfel. Tebow. I mean, the list keeps going on. It looks like they're really strengthening up that program this year. And I think this might be the year Napier takes it all the way.
Yeah.
And I think, staging with the national trophy is a good place to start.
I love it.
And I'm ready.
That's cool.
Yeah. And after that, maybe some good lighting, some good pictures that pop. You know, maybe get rid of the clutter around the house when you're going to take some photos. Because as you say, when these bad news events present themselves, right?
Yep.
Buyer backs out, seller backs out. You need to have some good photos that are ready to go, so you have 3-4 offers in the pipeline ready to go, and you're not going to actually have a real heart attack. It's just a stressful day.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah,
we want to keep you healthy and keep it moving, and get that money in the bank, and you don't want to pay that note for an extra month when you don't have to.
Yeah, the note, the taxes, the HOAs these days in some cases. And I was just talking to a seller the other day, and I'm looking at when I go through the pictures, I'm looking at a lot of times on an expired listing, canceled listings. I do make the sales calls still. And I'm talking to them, and I'm saying, look, I'm looking at the commission. The commission was low. I said, look, you need to be at 3%. You got to bring that up to market. Mm-hmm. You have a beautiful home, but it's all vacant. Just vacant pictures. You're looking at tile flooring. You go in there, you put some furniture, you put some color pop, some rugs, and you make it look good. You make it look like a Ritz-Carlton or a Four Seasons hotel.
You're just trying to tap in with the emotional connection that a buyer has. It's like walking into Home Goods. Everybody walks in and they have this FOMO, the fear of missing out. They have to buy that mirror or that pillow or that throw or, whatever tchotchke they find on the shelf, because it's not going to be there later.
Sure.
And the same thing goes with these properties. If it's a good property and you're showcasing it for that emotional connection, it's going to sell quicker.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you want people to connect with you? You've got your website, stage2selltb.com.
Yeah, that's one way. I'm not certain that I would send people there. Matt needs to work on that for me. But certainly text or phone call. Text works best for me, 813-784-3389. Just shoot me a text anytime. If I'm not too busy, I will respond. And, of course, if I'm not driving, I'll respond.
Say the number again.
813-784-3389.
Okay, call or text that line. And Matt, final thought?
Final thought, you got to make a great first impression. That's what lasts. That's what counts. And take advantage of the opportunity before you list. Get your ducks in a row and make the best of the opportunity.
That's right. All right. Hey, good stuff. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it. Thanks for those tips.
Thanks for having us.
There's your home staging tips from the Consumer Quarterback Show, Stage to Sell Tampa Bay, Natacha Sanderson. And Matt Schwope, thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Coming up, we're going to stay on the real estate topic. Bruce Woodburn, Crosscountry Mortgage, coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Hey, follow us online. We'd love to connect with you. Check out the Rumble channel. Check out the YouTube channel, of course. And then follow us on social. We'd love to connect at BrandonRimes1 at CQB Show. And also you can connect as well at consumerqb.com. There's Ken Shamrock.
Hey, I'm Ken Shamrock, and you're here with Consumer Quarterback Show. And I say, Brandon Rhymes, knock out your competition.
And we're back in studio. Quick shout out to our solar partner, Solar Bear. If you're thinking about adding solar on your home or commercial property, we highly recommend Solar Bear. Blake Ambrester, been on the program before, a couple of interviews on our YouTube channel, solarbear.com. Check them out online, solarbear.com. Let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you. All right, we got Bruce Woodburn coming up here in just a minute. We're going to talk all things real estate, mortgage, getting your qualifications in place, and the latest from Bruce Woodburn, the lone arranger, coming up here in just a quick minute. 719 7th Street North, St. Pete. We've got a beautiful property here. Great opportunity to own real estate in one of the hottest cities in the state of Florida, St. Petersburg, Florida. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, plus a bonus room. You got about 1,300 square feet. Single-family home. You have a closed-in front porch with beautiful sunlight. You have a brick street with the highly sought-out historic Uptown District, 7 blocks from Central Avenue, downtown St. Pete. Street to alley access with gate for private residence parking. 719 7th Street North, St. Petersburg, Florida. Real wood floors, high ceiling, and a stunning fireplace. Porch, kitchen, and back room floors were refinished in 2016. Updated kitchen. 719 7th Street North, St. Petersburg. Another one of our beautiful Pinellas County listings here in Tampa Bay. 14135 Cypress Circle, another beautiful property, single-family home, Carrollwood area property here in Tampa Bay. 2 bedrooms, 2-bath, 2 carport. You have 1,308 square feet, single-family home on Cypress Circle in Tampa. Villa-style condo, Cypress clusters at Carrollwood Village. Coveted front porch with a beautifully tiled floor. Living room flows effortlessly into the dining room and den. Sliders off the living room that lead to a screened-in patio. Kitchen with shaker-style cabinet, stainless steel appliances, tray ceiling, breakfast bar, beautiful ensuite as well, dual vanity sink, and a walk-in shower. 14135 Cypress Circle. You can see all of our real estate listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com. All right, folks, we got the lone arranger, Bruce Woodburn, back on the program. Bruce, how are you today, sir? Bruce Woodburn on the Consumer Quarterback Show, the Lone Arranger. I think we may be having a technical issue there with him, but Alex pivoting let's pivot to our feel-good story of the day. Let's go ahead and jump into that and see if we can get Bruce teed up. Every day we'd like to tell you something positive here.
Tell me something good.
All right, feel-good story of the day. A Chinese woman in her 20s rescued after being adrift for 36 hours in an inflatable tube off the coast of Japan. She had gone missing while swimming with friends in Shimdoa and Shizuoka Prefecture and had drifted over 50 miles to the Boso Peninsula in Chiba Prefecture. A passing cargo ship spotted her and alerted a nearby tanker. 2 crew members from the tanker jumped in to rescue her, securing her with a rope as she was too exhausted to climb the ladder. The Japanese Coast Guard airlifted her to a hospital where she was found to be unharmed, aside from exhaustion. Her survival was described as a miracle by a water rescue expert. There you have it. Feel-good story of the day. Woman rescued off the coast of Japan by passing sailors. Feel-good story of the day. And Bruce Woodburn joining us. Crosscountry Mortgage, the Lone Arranger. Bruce, welcome back to the show.
Hey, how you doing, man? Swimming with the sharks out there. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, right. Blessed and highly favored, brother.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't
man.
The truth? Yeah, so, man, let's talk about what's going on in the market right now.
Yeah. Tell me more. What are you seeing?
So I saw interest rates have come down a little bit this week, so things are going in the right direction. Biden made it up the stairs today without having too much trouble, so that he didn't fall. And I think Jill Biden still got the country under control. She's pulling the strings over there, so. It just remains to be seen, doesn't it? But interest rates are down a little bit. We're seeing more activity. We got housing prices. Listen to this. In a soft market, you'd never expect that the housing market or the values would increase in a soft market like this. They're up 6% from this time last year. 6%. That means that if you bought, let's just say you bought a $400,000 house last year at this time, right?
Yep.
And that means that your house went up by $24,000 in 1 year. And you think about that. That's $2,000 a month. So if you don't like a 6 3/4% interest rate, here's what you will like. Subtract $2,000 a month from that payment because that's how much you're making.
Yeah.
You're making $2,000 a month on a $400,000 house. So it all pays, man. It pays to get in the market. I'm seeing sellers working some crazy deals. Sellers are more motivated because the inventory just went up a little bit. I mean, I think we got like 3.5 months worth of inventory. So it's giving it's giving the sellers the jitters here a little bit.
Yeah.
But their values are up.
Competition.
But they're willing to make deals, baby.
Let me ask you something too, Bruce, because when we talk about interest rates, sometimes people mention this biweekly payment program, and you have a lower net effective interest rate. Are you putting people on those biweeklies, or what's the word around that?
So it doesn't affect. It's not a lower interest rate. What you're doing is you're always prepaying your payment 15 days ahead of time, and you actually make one extra payment per year when you do that. So it does reduce your overall amount of interest that you would pay over your loan over the life, and it will shorten your period. I have had an issue with that though, because mortgages can be sold and or serviced by new lenders. It happens in the mortgage industry all the time. And I had one on my house, and my mortgage got sold, but the transfer of the system for the payment didn't go through, and they were going to tag me with a late payment on that. And I'm like, hey, no way. We got it fixed, but it did create a problem, and there's nothing more fun than trying to fix an erroneous credit problem. That's just like you might as well just go to the driver's license bureau and hang around there for a while. It's not fun to do. So I like the idea of it. For me personally, I make my payments on a regular basis, and I generally just add a little bit more to it. So take your payment, take your annual payments, and just add an extra payment to it. So figure out what your monthly payment is, and add 1/12 of that to every monthly payment, and they'll do about the same thing.
Yeah, do about the same thing. We're talking with Bruce Woodburn here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. He's our expert contributor for all things mortgage. So if you're thinking about mortgage, real estate investing, also credit, Bruce, I know you've told some stories where you're able to help people, because sometimes they'll say, "Hey, I can't do it now. I have these issues." But you've got some pretty good stories where you've helped people.
So, absolutely, and I'm going to tell you the biggest mistake that people make. There's two common mistakes. One of them, a mortgage inquiry on your credit report is not going to hurt your credit. It might hit it for a maximum of 3 points. Now, that's if the lender is a lender or a bank. A broker will hit you with a little bit more than that. But don't let that get in your way. The other thing that I see people doing is contacting or paying off collections. Don't do that. Consult with somebody like me. You don't generally have to go to a credit repair company and pay them $100 a month for the next 10 years and not get any results. I find that most credit repair companies are, they're ineffective. And most of the time I can consult with a client to help them go in the right direction. We run credit analyzers for our clients and help them fix credit all the time. Matter of fact, I just walked out of a meeting where my assistant came to me. We had to restructure a loan because a client of ours' credit score fell because an account showed up. We got the account removed. Their credit is now better than it was when I first pulled their credit. It allowed me to give them a better interest rate, and we did all this for them. And here the client's going to get a better rate on their loan than they even came to me in the first place. So, listen, credit is important, but most people do more damage than good when they try to fix their credit. They'll close accounts. They'll make payments on collections. They'll contact a collection agency, and then it goes into dispute, and then you have a whole set of other problems on your hands. So listen, call a professional. You can always reach me. My name is Bruce Woodburn. They call me the Loan Arranger, and you can reach me at 813-213-4009 or WeBringYouHome.com. We'll help you. We'll help you anything it takes to help you buy, refinance, or sell a home. We're here to help you with it.
Yeah, I love it. And we work a lot with Bruce, and he's also helping us with our Gainesville development. We got 92 units up there, luxury condos in Gainesville that we're selling. My wife, Lindsay, is the regional manager, Florida manager for New Homes Legacy, which is a pre-construction construction specialization where we're helping new homeowners.
Beautiful condo.
Yeah,
luxury
beautiful.
condo, great. And it is a higher end condo, right? I mean, so this is a luxury condo unit. But yeah, if you're interested in that, give Brandon a call and call me. We'll get you set up for your financing. You know what else I'm doing a lot of? Everybody's been talking about 2-1 buy down. So a 2-1 buy down allows you to get a 2% lower rate for the first year on your mortgage, then 1% the second year, then you go to whatever the rate is at this time. So let's just say rates are 6 3/4, right?
Yep.
So you buy that. Here's what I'm doing for clients. Now, you can do this on a conventional loan with at least 10% down or an FHA loan. VA, we're close, but let me explain what I'm doing that's just crushing it for clients. So we get the seller to pay, say, maybe 5 or 6% towards closing costs, right?
Yep.
We take that money and we buy your interest rate down from, say, 6 3/4 to 5.99, okay? Costs you 2.5 points to do that. We're getting the seller to fund it. Then we take that 5.99 and we stack it with a 2-1 buy down. So now you get a 3.99 the first year, 4.99 the second year, 5.99 the remaining of the time. Now, you got to have decent credit to do this. You got to put 10% down on a conventional loan. You got to put, or it's got to be an FHA loan, only because they allow you to have the seller pay more contributions. But if you're trying to get into a home and it's all about payment for you, then give me a call. We'll help you structure some of these. And Brandon and his team are experts at negotiating with sellers to help them do this. I just had a client, I said, you're better off to pay $10,000 more for that house and get $10,000 in closing costs.
Right. Exactly.
And they said, what do you mean? What are you talking about? I ran the numbers, and it was significant. So you need a professional to help you do that.
Yep, absolutely. Yep. All right.
USAA just raised their income limits to $112,450. So a little bit more for 100% financing on rural areas. You want that? It's the best loan in the market other than a VA loan.
Okay.
Incredible.
Yeah, USDA 100% financing, and that's not veteran required. That's for
not
more rural.
Veteran required. Yeah.
All right, Bruce Woodburn. Sure. Find him online. Bruce Woodburn.
WeBringYouHome.com.
WeBringYouHome.com. Also online at ConsumerQB.com. You can see Bruce's contact information on our website as well, ConsumerQB.com. Bruce, thanks so much for the insights. Appreciate you.
Anytime, my friend. And, thanks for our listeners for listening today.
Appreciate and the Morgan Wallen concert, pretty cool last week. You
went to that? I would say it was one of the best concerts I've ever been to. And thank God I went on Thursday because he bailed on Friday. He was sick.
Yeah, he got sick. So, yeah, he's rescheduling though, so I'll have to maybe try to catch that September. I think is when he said he's coming back. So cool, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Right. Yep. Thanks for having me on the air. If anybody needs any of my help, I'm all here for you.
All righty, Bruce Woodburn, the Loan Arranger, Crosscountry Mortgage. Thanks for calling in. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Brandon. Have a good day.
Hey, my pleasure. All right, taking a quick break. Coming back, we're going to talk with Shane Socash. David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin on the Consumer Quarterback Show. A lot of people are looking to hedge their bets on the dollar. They're looking to buy gold, silver, platinum. Come back with us. We're going to talk more with Shane Socash here on our program. Final segment of the Consumer Quarterback Show. Coming up, Shane Socash, Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
On current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at ConsumerQB.com.
And we're back. Coming up, Shane Socash, David Reynolds, Jewelry and Coin, coming up here on the Consumer Quarterback Show. Longtime friend of the program, and we're going to dive in deep with him on the hedge against the dollar. A lot of federal banks, a lot of just private individuals investing in gold, silver, platinum, alternative methods. We're going to talk with Shane coming up here in just a minute. Before we do, 140 92nd Avenue, another hot listing from the Platinum MVP team. Pinellas County Beauty here. This one's 2 cottages on the beach, Treasure Island, 140 92nd Avenue, Treasure Island. Exceptional investment opportunity. 2 renovated cottages on an oversized lot. Great opportunity to own real estate. You're 1.5 blocks from the beautiful beach on the Gulf of Mexico. Sugar sand beaches, dolphin-filled waters. You're a quarter mile from a public boat launch as well. Check out 140 92nd Avenue, Treasure Island, Florida. Platinum MVP team, Keller Williams. 3417 Poinsettia. We got vacant land for sale. Lots of vacant land, multiple parcels for sale. This one is a gorgeous waterfront property. You are in Hernando Beach here. Direct access to the Gulf of Mexico. Recently upgraded community boat lift. Water and sewer connections available. Cleared lot. Seawall stands ready. 84 feet of water frontage. No HOA or CDD. 3417 Poinsettia Drive, Hernando Beach, Florida. Beautiful investment opportunity. Buy and build. Buy some dirt right here in beautiful Tampa Bay. You can see all of our listings at platinummvpteam.kw.com.
Buy dirt, find one you can't live without.
All right, Shane Socash joining us.
Brandon.
On the line. Yes, sir.
How are you?
Blessed and highly favored, brother. And yourself?
Exactly the same.
I love it. I love it. Coming off a little vacation, I think it was, maybe back to work.
Yeah, we're getting back to the grindstone. Things are moving along briskly here.
I love it. I love it, man. So got probably similar conversation. You're seeing people coming in. They're uncertain about the economic conditions, the inflation, the dollar, the shrinking dollar in America right now, Shane.
That's absolutely right. And while the dollar is shrinking, gold is kind of skyrocketing. We're going on a 6-month stretch of every couple of days we turn our head and gold is at an all-time high again. It's knocking on the door of $2,500 an ounce, which is mind-blowing. And it just creates a situation where you're like jewelry box, the stuff you haven't looked at in decades potentially is worth thousands and thousands of dollars.
I love it, man. I love to hear those stories too. People coming in and saying, "Hey, I had this old coin. What's this coin worth?" Oh, that's a $8,000 coin or whatever.
Exactly.
So,
well, I got a story for you. A nice little old lady came in. Husband passed away a little while ago. She has the little container of coins that he had set aside, that he felt was special. And oftentimes we sort through those, and it ends up being $3.40 or something, for these little oddball trinkets and coins that that people set aside. But in this instance, there was one coin in it, and my coin numismatist, Zach, takes a look, and he says, "Oh, this one's $23.50 or $23.40," and she says, "Oh, good." And so he goes to the back and comes out and sets down $2,500, and she says, "What's that?" And he said, "This coin is $23.50, and the other coins, amounted to a few dollars." And she was like, "I had no idea. I thought it was $23.50. And with gold this high, some of these things are really kind of just a head scratcher, with the value of things.
Yeah. Wow. Now, what made that coin so rare? Or
It was actually an ounce of gold. Like at some point, her husband had put an old Austrian Philharmonic gold coin in the box with like his buffalo nickels and a couple wheat cents, and a couple statehood quarters he had pulled out of circulation he thought might be special, and put it in the box with this gold coin.
Wow, unbelievable! What an interesting story. I love that. Stories from Shane Socash, Story Time with Shane. Shane Socash, David Reynolds, jewelryandcoin.com. You can check him out online, David Reynolds, jewelryandcoin.com. Great location right here, local in Pinellas. Again, we always talk about supporting the local economy here in Tampa Bay by supporting the local business owners and folks that frequent this show. Shane, talk a little bit about your location and your staff. I know you got an awesome staff over there, too.
Yeah, we've got a couple. We got a couple of new people. Like, I guess the population of St. Pete growing is kind of driving our foot traffic. So it's like we got a part timer and another additional person. So we're up to 15, I believe, here, and super people with fantastic backgrounds in jewelry. We have 3 graduate gemologists from Gemological Institute of America, 2 registered master valuers from USF. We have 6 full-time jewelers here in our store. It's a good thing we're not shipping. If people need jewelry made or repaired, we're not shipping it out of our store. It all happens right here in our store, and you talk to the people that make it. Numismatists. We got coin guys here on staff, and
I love also on your website, we were just looking at it, we put it up on the screen, it said almost 50 years or close to 50 years, and it said something to the effect that no bait and switch, none of these tactics, because you probably had some stories where people come in and said, yeah, these people over here try to do this to me.
It's unfortunate, that I do know that there are some people who play in our industry who, if they think you're not paying attention, will start low, and if you start to walk out the door, they'll meet you at the door and go up a little bit, and if you walk out the door, they'll go out and they'll go up a little bit, and if you get to your car, they'll go up a little bit.
Yep.
We don't do that, I give you, and I train my team, it's like we give them the fair price, which is the most we're willing to pay, like right out of the gate.
Wow.
Every once in a while we'll have something where they'll say, can you come up on $1,000 item? Can you come up $50 to make the deal? And we may do that. And a lot of times we'll just say, no, that's our best offer. Shop it around. And if we're the best, come back.
Yep.
We don't do that. Like, one of the reasons I came here to work 24 years ago was because I loved the company and the way the company operated. And so It resonated with me, and I've kept it that way.
Yep, I love it. Shane Socash, David Reynolds Jewelry and Coin. Check him out online and in person. Shane, thanks so much, man. Appreciate you calling in.
Always a blast. Thanks.
All right. Hey, another great show. Thank all of our expert contributors, Stage to Sell Tampa Bay, Bruce Woodburn, Shane Socash, and, of course, thank you to our audience, our producers, everybody making this show great. We greatly appreciate it. Please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Do something kind for one another. Be a force for good in the community. We'll see you next time. Consumer Quarterback Show, ConsumerQB.com.
You've been listening to The Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rimes. Whether